Good morning, Year 6. Hope you're all well. Welcome to your second computing lesson for our topic about text adventure games. And so what we're going to do today, everybody, is we are going to start to create our own text adventure story game. And we're going to use an app called To Create a Story to do this. And to be successful in your lesson today, you need to be able to create your story. And you need to make sure that you can test it to make sure that it's working properly. And if it's not working properly, then try to work out what's wrong with it. So you're debugging your program so that it works correctly. Now, you might remember last time we were looking at this story, Little Red Riding Hood, as an example to help us to plan our story. And you did this on a program called To Plan. So if I quickly show you the To Plan, example from last week, we had our character Red Riding Hood at the top, and then we had in the white box the main events that are happening on the page. So she's taking cakes to see Granny in the woods. Now you can see that it splits off in two directions, which are in red boxes. So this is where in the story plan we're going to decide two options for our reader to take. Are they going to take Red Riding Hood to go and play in the woods, or are they going to continue along the path? And you can see along in this text map plan, there are new options along each path. And that's what you want to try to do with your text adventure game. You want to give your reader multiple options for them to follow to make it interactive for them. So you should have made a plan since this last time. And it would be good to have that in front of you or have it open on your screen so you can refer to it as you go along. And we're going to use an app called To Create a Story. So the easiest way to find it is in your home screen. Type in the search bar To, and then create a story. And here we go. So it looks like this. So we'll open this app and launch it. And you want to make an adventure story. So you want to select this one on the far right-hand side. And this basically allows us to do lots of different options for our adventure stories. Now, I've started to create my own one, but let me quickly go through a few of the buttons on here so you know what they mean. So the first thing you're going to think about doing is you want to add backgrounds to your pages. This is our page. You can add a page by just clicking this button down the bottom with the green plus sign. So you can add a page. And it's going to ask us, do you want the page to be after the current page we're working on, or do you want it before? So that allows you to decide if you want to add a page before the one you're working, or if you want to add it afterwards. I'm going to click afterwards. So at the minute, I've got 2 pages of my book, and you can see if I press this purple arrow, I can go backwards and forwards, and you see a little animation of the page turning, so you can see what page you're on. And below here, we've got an option for you to type whatever text you'd like to type in. So Red Riding Hood was walking in the forest, and you can type your story as you go along there. You want to put the background in and some characters in. So up here you've got this background option, and if you go into these pictures here you can select this section, and we've got lots of different backgrounds that you can have to choose from. So Little Red Riding Hood would be in the forest, so if I select a forest option and I can click it in. I can also edit the background as well. So if I wanted, for example, to draw something else onto it or shade something in, you can also draw over the top of these different colors if you wanted to, and you can add sections in if you wanted to. So for example, if you wanted to take out something or shade something in, you can do that on your option there. So that's a nice little option for you to do. Once you're happy with your background, press the OK button. And it's going to ask you, do you want this background to be just for this page, or would you like it for all the pages? So that saves you having to enter the same to enter a background in each time. I would like it just for this page. So I'm going to press that one and press OK. So here is my page. I also need to start adding in some characters in. So I'm going to press this button here with a little drag on it. This is called a sprite. And if I go back to the picture options, we've got lots of different characters that you can choose from. You can also search in the search bar, or you can search down here. There's lots of different animals and computers and dinosaurs and things you can select. But I'm going to use characters. You can scroll all the way down and you can choose something that suits you. So here's Little Red Riding Hood. I can add her in. And again, if your character doesn't quite suit your story, you can use these paint tools options here to draw on top of them to make it what you want it to be like. And then the fun thing is on the right hand side here, we've got different options that you can select for the animation of your character. Because it's a story, we want it to be looking like it's animated. So if I click this green question mark next to the animation section, you can select lots of different types of animations. This one's going to make it go swivel, backwards and forwards. This one's going to make it go right, move left. A nice one to do is if you want to make it look like they're walking, select this one where it says wallow right or wallow left. And this makes it move side to side like that. So I'm going to select OK. You can select a delay. So if you want it to have a few seconds before it starts moving, you can select different seconds. I'm going to do just one. And then if you also want a separate animation or sound to happen when you click the mouse, you can see here next to it, there's got a little mouse symbol. It says when you click the mouse, then an animation or a sound will happen. So for example, if I wanted to do that, you could select the sound, and you've got lots of different options here of different sounds. So there's something you can experiment with and have some fun with. I'm not going to do one for today. And then just press OK. Now you can move your character around. You can resize them if they want to be bigger or smaller. So I think that's quite good there. And I can then click off. So this is what my picture looks like. And then what you can do is up in the top section, there's two play buttons. The one that's in the magnifying glass is a preview. So you can see what it's going to look like. So you can see here she's moving along. So I'm quite happy with that. Now I can move on to the next page. So this is where you can build up your pages bit by bit. Okay, now I'm going to show you one I started earlier. And this one, I decided in my story I wanted a brave knight to enter a mysterious cave. So I've got a mysterious cave open. I've set my knight here. And I've also thought about making sure my story is interesting to read. So try to think about your English skills, think about your adjectives, think about your complex sentences, try to make your writing interesting to read. So here's my knight. And if I press the preview button, he's going to, after a few seconds delay, he is going to start to walk into the cave. So that's my first one. And then my second page is I wanted them to come across two doors, two magical doors that are going to take them to two different locations. Now, I wanted my doors to mysteriously, magically appear. So when I selected the doors, I made sure the animation was a fade option. So this is what it's going to look like. They magically appear in front of him. And you can see I've got two options, door one and door two. And that's important because what I want to do is I want to provide a button for the user. So when they click that button, it's going to take them to a new location. So for my story, I'm going to say the knight found two mysterious looking magical doors. Will he go through door one or door two? Now, what you can do to make it really clear for your readers is to give a little instruction as well. So I can say, click the button to make your choice. So what I want to do is when I click door one and door two, it's going to take me to a new page in my story. So if I click on door one and I go to this pen symbol, I can then edit the information on my door. So at the minute, it says door one on it. I can change the color if I wanted to. I can change the arrows if I wanted to. And then it says down below, action. Now at the minute, it's selected to do nothing. I wanted to go to a page. And the problem with my pages is at the minute, it says you've only got page one and page two. So that's not going to be very helpful. So I'm going to press cancel because what I need to do is I need to insert some new pages. I'm going to need to insert two pages, one for door one to go to and one for door two to go to. So I'm going to add a new page. And it's going to be after this page. So here's page 3, and I need another page after this page for page 4. So I've got one for door 1 to go, one for door 1 to go to, and one for door 3 to go to. So now if I go back to my options, if I click on my button symbol, click on that, I can then say go to page, and I can select page 3. So I wanted to go to page 3, press OK, and press OK. And then for door 2, I can press the pencil button and say go to page 4 and press OK. So now when I go to that button and press it, it should take me to page 3, and this one takes me to page 4. So if I go to page 3, I can now start to think about what I'd want to happen. So again, I put a different background in. So for example, I might want to take me to, if I go to door 2, it's going to take me to the woods. Press OK. Now, I just want to fill this page. I don't want to fill all the pages because if I select all the pages, it's going to change all the backgrounds for my story, and I don't want that. So I'll press OK. And then for page 4, let's have another background, and let's change it to, let's see, how about pyramids? And press OK. And we need to test this to make sure it's working. So if I press the play button, here's my story. Here are the doors appearing. And if I click door 1, it's going to take us to page 3. That works nicely. And if I go to door 2 and click door 2, it takes us to the pyramids. And then you can start to add new things to your story. So this is how you create your text adventure game. You need to make sure that you are creating links to those different pages. Okay, I'll show you another way you can create a link if you don't know how. Say, for example, let's go to the pyramids. Let's have some fun with pyramids. Let's have it so that a creature is going to try and come at the night. So I can go through my options. I've got quite a few different scary creatures. You've got a minotaur there, a cyclops, a skeleton. So you can choose one, any ones that you want. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's do a cyclops. And what would be quite cool is if a cyclops is coming towards me. So what I might do is I might try and make it grow. So it looks like it's coming towards me like that. And we'll press OK. I'll press the preview button. What does it look like? Ah, here it comes. Right. So there's my cyclops. And I want to create two options for us to escape from this cyclops. So if I click to this button at the top here with a chain symbol on it, I can add a button. And this is where you can then add two options. So we could say escape left. Okay, so we'll escape left, or resize it so it's not too big. And if I create another button, I can say escape right. And what I could do is even change it so it's, there we go, that way. So I quite like how I've changed that to an arrow now, so it makes it a little bit more clearer for our readers. If you change your mind halfway through, you can click on the button, go to the pen symbol, and you can change it, and then press OK. Right, so escape left, escape right, and then we can do the same thing we did before. I'm going to need to insert 2 more pages to my story. And I want to click on that button, click on the pen symbol, and I want this one to go to page, we've done page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4 done, so let's do page 5, press OK. And escape right, I would like it to go to page 6. You can see very, very quickly, you can start to build pages that take you off in different directions. So enjoy creating your stories. Make sure, my top tip for you is make sure you're saving as you go through your story. So a good habit to do, everybody, is to go up to the purple box up here, press the save button, and you want to make sure you're saving your name in a sensible name, not giving it a silly name, because if you give it a silly name, it's going to be hard to find, and it's going to be hard for you to organize your files. So I'm going to say adventure story ebook. And I'll press save. And that way I know it's saved. And I would say maybe after every page or two that you make sure you go back and press save so that you are saving your progress as you go along. Okay, everybody, so your aim today is to create your storybook. I hope you have lots and lots of fun with it, and I'll see you soon.